This is a really big deal, folks. It is an election year, and we have major market issues going on with media. And it is getting awfully lonely of being voices of reason, even on the YouTubes as well as the interwebs. And we need to talk about this, folks, because something big is just going down right now. Let's jump into it. Welcome to the Poplar Report. I'm Steve Poplar. I'm an accountant by trade. And yet here I am out here on the YouTubes trying to get the word out on what's going on. And I appreciate all of you guys helping me do that because this is an important mission. This is an important mission to be voices of reason in this insanity storm. All right, so what's going on? Soros, George Soros, yes, that guy again. He is buying up 220 radio stations. More exactly, he's buying up the debt behind those radio stations. It's called Audacity, and it is 220 radio stations in 48 separate markets out there. Now, just last summer, George Soros was buying up Vice Media. You may have heard of them. They've gone significantly downhill. As they say, our list of friends and allies grows thin, friends. We're losing good people right and left. Sometimes we have people who are out there doing good, and then suddenly they get taken out. Some scandal or another takes them out, or they make a jump from one platform to the other and they don't quite make it, right? We have a lot of people disappearing out there. People who were our allies, who were speaking truth to power. How long until Tucker Carlson disappears? I mean, he got knocked off his platform, but somehow he has, for the most part, found his feet. But I don't think he has found his feet as well as a lot of people assume he has. He's lost a lot of money, and will he be able to sustain it? I don't know how much of his whole operation he's funding out of his own pocket. I hope he's getting enough advertising revenue from Twitter and from other things that he's putting together. Hopefully he's able to continue doing the work that he's doing. But people like that, sometimes you don't realize how big of a financial hit they've taken, and they can't support the team that it takes to make all those videos. When Tucker Carlson went over to Russia, he took probably half a dozen or more people with him. It's not cheap producing stuff like that. His stuff looks great. His audio is great. His graphics and all that stuff, top notch, right? Because it takes a team to do that kind of stuff. It takes a professional team. And like it or not, all the channels that you see here on YouTube's, they're businesses. Now, there's good businesses, bad businesses. There's people who are doing it part-time, all that kind of stuff like that. That's why we have sponsors here on the channel, okay? You'll notice about half the videos here on the channel are sponsored. Not this one, but and there are ads, and that's how the world turns, right, friends? I have to spend most of my waking hours working on this channel, which I love doing. Don't get me wrong on that. I love doing it. But I have folks helping with the newsletter and other things. But that George Soros is going out there and buying up radio stations is concerning. When it comes to TV and cable, those media outlets are dying. People are done with cable. And so they're all switching over to YouTube. And that's what's happening, okay? And that's one of the reasons why you see a lot of channels like this one are growing rapidly, is because people are turning off the Fox News, they're turning off the CNN, they're turning off the MSNBC and all the other bad garbage out there, and they're tuning in to people that sound like them, right? People that they're like, I get what he's talking about, or I get what she's talking about. And when we come down to it, TV is dying off, right? It's moving over to social media, but not radio. Radio has still held on to its market share. People are still listening to the radio. So I think that's one of the things that's concerning, is to see we've lost the Rush Limbaugh. We've lost some of the other big names on the radio, right? We still have some big ones out there doing a fantastic job. But we lost Rush Limbaugh, and conservative radio has been not in decline, but hasn't been as strong as it used to be, right? But when we have George Soros going in and starting to buy up radio stations because he knows that they're strong, he knows that they're influencing people. People still like the whole free turn on your radio and just listen to what's on, right? Listen to some music, listen to some news, listen to whatever without having to pay for it. People listen to radio quite a bit still. And this is an election year, like I said. And they're trying to clamp down on as many media outlets as possible. CNN is going into layoffs, right? They're going to have to cut a lot of their talents' budgets significantly because they're losing money, which is great news because CNN is hot garbage, right? I mean, it's like, okay, it's more like lukewarm garbage. I don't know. It's just bad, right? Their propaganda that they're pushing all the time, they used to be the standard, right? Now, we always knew they had a liberal bent. We always knew that they had this, they loved war. They still love war. They love war almost as much as they love Democratic presidents, right? and we've kind of always known that, but they've just gotten worse over the years. And people are just done with it. They're sick and tired of listening to the lectures. And I hear it from you guys all the time. That you come and you get your news from YouTube now. YouTube is where you get a lot of your news from. And I'm going to say this out, recommend it. I know a lot of you guys watch a lot of ads. If you're on YouTube a lot, you might want to think about actually doing the subscription thing so you get the ads taken off. I did that a while back, and I can't go back to watching ads again. The fact is that every time I flip on my YouTube, I don't have to watch ads, and it's really nice. It's like $14 a month or something like that. You can check into it. But if you're on YouTube all the time, you might want to look into it to save you a lot of time. They still give us a little bit of that from the Creator Fund. So from what I can tell, we don't really miss out on that. So don't worry about us on that. Just do what you got to do on that. But all that to say, one, I really appreciate you guys and the platform that you've given me here on YouTube. Two, I'm going to keep speaking truth as best I can out here and giving you straight. I do some things here on the channel, and I've talked about certain things, and you guys have pushed back on the things hard, you know. You've educated me on different things. I'm like, I didn't know about that. You guys have sent me emails. You guys have sent me comments, and my perspective has changed because of my interaction with you, and this is an amazing thing. My perspective hasn't changed because I got somebody overhead telling me what the agenda is or what the way the things ought to be, but rather through my conversations with you guys, my perspectives have changed. I've come to appreciate maybe some perspectives that are very popular out there that I don't necessarily agree with. And I've realized that, you know what? Maybe you don't agree with me on some of these things. And you know what? That's okay. We don't have to agree with each other on everything, right? But I want to keep coming at you honestly. You guys know I'm a Christian. I'm a lay pastor at my church. I have a Bible channel. I do missions work and stuff like that. And I know some of you guys are not into that at all. I get it. But yet we can all sit around and still have conversations, can't we? And I think that is a different world than what CNN and the mainstream media has been, and even talk radio. That was one of the beauties of talk radio for many, many years, wasn't it? Rush Limbaugh always had people on, guests, and he interacted with them. And we also have other radio shows where would have people on and interact with them. And, you know, sometimes they were nut jobs, right? Sometimes they didn't really have anything good to say. But sometimes they had thoughts that were worth considering. And I think that that's important for us. And that's one of the reasons why one of the cornerstones of this channel has always been your updates, your comments, what you guys are saying about things out there. And you've seen me read stuff that I wasn't super comfortable with. Sometimes I put a little caveat on front of it. I'm like, hey, I don't know if this is true, but I'm going to put this out here because this is being shared. You guys do with it as you will. And so hopefully you guys have found something useful and helpful. And I believe that you guys have, because you keep coming back. And I see that we have a very loyal core of people that don't necessarily watch every single video, but watch a lot of the videos. And that's who we're talking to. We're not talking to new people very much. This channel doesn't grow very fast anymore because it's really just going out to the same people who have watched videos before. And we formed a community here that I think is important. Now, I know you guys get your news from other channels as well, and that's awesome. I mean, most of I can see kind of where a lot of channels where you're getting a lot of your info from. They give us a little peek behind the curtain of like what are the most subscribed to channels from your subscribers. So I can see a list of channels that you guys tend to go to, and they're pretty good groups out there. Actually, I'll read them off to you. How about that? There's an added benefit. The top channel that you guys watch is Redacted. That's a good channel. Fox Business. And this new one that has popped up recently, I don't know if this is going to be just a one and done, but U.S. immigration updates. Snyder reports. Stephen Gardner out there. Glenn Beck. Canadian Prepper. Appalachia's Homestead with Patera, right? She's got great stuff over there. Ryan Hall, y'all, as well as Extra. Oh, that's a new one. Cash Jordan. I'm not familiar with that one. CBN News, right? Christian Broadcasting Network. And then a couple of new ones here that just kind of popped up. Ron Yates and JLR Investigates and Sale Daddy. A lot of good channels out there that you guys are getting information from, and that's important. Because I imagine you probably aren't watching MSNBC. You're probably not watching any of these liberal rags or reading these liberal rags anymore that are just over the top insane. And I mean, there's stuff on the right too that's just warmongering and absolutely insane on the other side too, right? But what we do is we try to have honest conversations here. And I appreciate that you guys have given me that platform to be able to do that too. If you haven't already subscribed, please do subscribe. I've realized recently that by saying that actually motivates some of you guys to hit that button. So there's that button down there. Please do keep hitting the like button on the videos that you like, not only from this channel, but from the other channels that you support and you find value in. And we will continue moving forward as long as this platform allows us to. And if this platform doesn't allow us to, we will find a way to keep moving forward anyway. If you haven't already subscribed to my newsletter, that's one way which we can stay in contact if I get booted off here. Also, my Twitter account. That will be the first place that I start posting videos to if something happens here. My Twitter account is the Poplar Report, just like it is here. So I will put both those things down, the pinned comment down below. I'll try to put a link right here to the newsletter. If you just click that link, you can sign up for the newsletter. It's free. It comes out weekly, and it's really practical, a lot of practical tips and everything like that. And we'll keep you linked into what's going on with the channel. There's another video from this channel right up here. I'll see you over there, or I'll see you guys later. Steve Poplar of the Poplar Report.